that there wasn't more prevalent in this game, but
I think Dead Rising 2 needs.
I think the biggest
needs to be seamless.
Yeah, it does need to be seamless. No loading time.
Like I can never learn that environment by just being in it because of all the constant.
That's the point. That is. I think that is the biggest problem with the Dead Rising series is that you're in these malls and it's fine that you're in these malls and it's fine that
you kind of have to be, and that's the problem.
No, but it would be fine if you would learn. The shittiest thing about Dead Rising for me was that I wasn't learning. I was just following Corvus around because I didn't know where anything was. You know, if I was able to be like, okay, this is a mall, there's a sporting goods store. Like, I learned the area that I was in the most, like right by the safe house. I learned that area fine. I knew that area like the back of my hand because, you know, you're there the most. You come back there every day. But, like,
I mean,
that's the problem.
Fact that even Corvus leading the way had to constantly check the fucking map. Is because, you know, the assets, they're reused. Like, every thing looks kind of the same.
As assholey as it is, it's almost like I don't want there to be a map, or the only way you could check the map is if you walk up to this small like placard or something like that, you know.
And that's another way this can kind of be compared to Crackdown, is because any other game, any other sequel, they're like, oh, well, what's the easiest thing to fix? Well, we can put it in a completely different fucking environment. That'll make it feel different. But like this was in Vegas, I guess it still felt like I was in a bunch of malls.
Yeah, except for when you were in the casino running around, then you're all of a sudden like, oh, okay, I guess this is kind of like that.
There was a casino?
There's a bunch of casinos. You fought Ted in casinos.
Slot machines, but it felt like slot machines and shit in a mall.
Oh.
It didn't feel like I was in a casino.
I mean, I'm just saying casino because they had slot machines. That's all.
I guess that's what casino
But there's a lot of stuff in this game. And, like, you know, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Why are scissors a fucking weapon? Why am I ever going to...
That's part of the Dead Rising charm.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
Anything you can pick up can be a weapon.
Like, for me, I don't care. I don't want to pick up the scissors, use it once, stab a zombie in the throat. Like, for me, I was just like, just remove the scissors all completely. I'll never need to.
I love persistence in a game. I say go heavier on the RPG elements. Let me specialize in a certain weapon type so where they don't break, like, when I get them, or... You know, maybe I get to a point in the game where I can just give me some better persistence. You know, my health is higher. That's pretty much all you get, or you get a couple of moves that end up being useless and stuff. Give me more persistence. Make me care more about the world and the environment, and you know, make it a little more exciting.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
But if they do all that stuff, you see the potential as far as those situations that can occur. That, like, oh my god, I gotta look for Zombrex.
I'm curious about Dead Rising.
I love the Zombrex idea. Essentially, I think it's so stupid because it's not really a major part of the game.
It seems kind of random too. Like, you could easily not find Zombrex.
Yeah, which is cool because it's like. This game has kind of the same thing as like Ocarina of Time, not Ocarina, the Majora's Mask, just down like simplified way.
I know what you're getting at.
But
see, the
whole different things different events starting at different times, and you open up in this game, it's just this huge thing, and it's cool to have a game that's like, hey, play this game multiple times because that's what you get out of it, you know. And I would sit here and I would play all the game again. And get all these achievements that I didn't do, like save 50 survivors. I swear to God, Corvus and I must have saved at least 49 survivors. I'm amazed that we didn't get that 50-point survivor. But you know what sucks? Is it's not 50 survivors throughout the game, throughout your playing. It's 50 survivors on one playthrough. Yeah. So now all of a sudden I've got to go through one playthrough and play it miraculously and not miss anything. And that's a pain in the ass. But I mean, like I'm not interested in doing it right now. But like I could see myself in maybe 6 months being like, hey, you know what? I never finished through Dead Rising and got all those. You know, I never perfected my game. Maybe I'll grab Corvus and run through it again. The only reason I
considered playing Dead Rising 2 is because it was actually Dead Rising Case Zero. It was when I turned it on.
Really?
Because that's when I found out that I have to keep my daughter alive, and I was finding Zombrex. And like in that one, you sort of go out into this town. And you're like, oh wow, like I have to. You know, find Zombrex somewhere in this thing, and I felt like that was the only real sense of exploration that I thought I was gonna get, and I'm sure enough, it didn't really play out that way in the demo because I only had the demo. I didn't get the full thing, and maybe even in the final version of both of those, you know, games, you don't really fully like you sort of just
Well, that's that.
I mean, maybe it should be a thing where it's just a zombie surviving game, and you're just trying to keep your daughter alive. It cuts out a lot of the fluff, but it really deepens.
No, I mean,
you getting attached to the world and trying to find zombies or do whatever you can to acquire.
That's one of the achievements in the original game, right? The 7-day survivor is like you just go into infinite mode and you have to survive for 7 days. Yeah. Which is literally 14 hours in real lifetime, and you can't turn it off. You can't just save. You know what's the fucking crazy thing about that too is that health items don't respawn. So you have to like go out into the world and like there's an orange. You have to like scour these like mall rooms and like shit. And you're like it's like a real zombie apocalypse. I can see you like fucking throwing shit off the table. Like this isn't important. Fucking throw it on the floor.
Do you understand? Like
that's cool.
The gameplay involved in that one achievement is cooler than anything you're forced to do.
No,
and like
I agree. I agree, but it's just so hardcore that you can't. You can't.
Developers are making games too cushy, dude. I think a zombie survival thing should be something like Animal Crossing.
That's something
where you play it every day because every day you have to go out and venture into the world and get food and supplies and zombies.
No, and that's what happens. That's what happens in the 7-day survivor. Your life is constantly going down, so you have to eat.
But if you go going down,
I think so.
Oh, I get it because you need to eat constantly.
Yeah.
That's a fine.